Congratulations, you're about to take a leap and file for that first LLC, or maybe you already did. Either way, there are 5 traps sitting inside of that filing, and most entrepreneurs walk right into at least one of them without even knowing it. Here's the wildest part. One of them can make your LLC completely worthless. I'm Karam Nahas, the battle-tested lawyer, 20 years as an attorney, former litigator. I've seen exactly what gets businesses destroyed and how they survived. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 things that you absolutely must know before you file your LLC. So by the end of this video, you'll know the traps and exactly how to avoid them. Let's go. Your business structure is one of the 7 danger zones that every entrepreneur operates in and loves to play in, and they got to be really careful. Most people think filing an LLC is simple. You go online, you pay a fee, you're done. Kind of is, but you're wrong, because that LLC you just filed, it might be completely worthless. A paper shield that crumbles the second that somebody sues you. Here's what I mean. Here's the 5 traps you got to be really careful for. Trap number 1, you don't actually understand what an LLC does, what it is. Most entrepreneurs think an LLC is some magic force field. You file the paperwork, and suddenly you're protected from everything. But that's not really how it works at all. An LLC creates a legal separation between you and your business. If your business gets sued, the LLC is supposed to protect your personal assets. But the key is separation. Your house, your car, your savings. But here's what nobody tells you. That protection only works if you treat the LLC like a real separate entity. If you treat it like your personal piggy bank and you're not compliant, if you ignore the rules, the courts will pierce right through it and come after you personally. So your LLC means nothing. And I've done that to my adversary, and I've protected against it. And listen, there's no better way to collect money than to take someone's car, take somebody's home. Trust me, that's how you want to do it, because an LLC is not a magic spell. It's a legal structure with rules. If you follow the rules, you're protected. If you ignored them, you're exposed. No judge is going to care about you. And that's trap number 1. Understand that no judge is going to give you protection if you're not following the rules. Now, trap number 2, you're filing in the wrong state. Now, everyone's heard the hype, Delaware, Wyoming, Nevada, the magical states. Here's the truth though. For most entrepreneurs, filing in a fancy state could be a big waste of money. If you live in Florida and you're running your business from Florida, guess what? You should really register in Florida anyway. That Wyoming LLC, now you're really paying 2 fees in 2 separate states. It's really not going to do much for you. Annual reports in 2 states, registered agents in 2 states. You thought you were saving money, but you doubled your costs and potentially your headaches. If you're a small business, just file in that state, period. Delaware makes sense if you're raising venture capital or going public. Wyoming makes sense for specific asset protection strategies. But for the average coach, consultant, freelancer, service provider, file where you live and operate. Trust me, don't fall for the guru advice telling you to file in some exotic state for some exotic reasons. Make sure you see an attorney for your specific situation. That's key, and that's what most people miss. Here's what nobody tells you about trap number 3, and this is the one that destroys partnerships. So if you're taking notes right now, drop me a comment. Tell me which trap you've already fallen into, which one you really need to avoid. I read every single comment. And of course, please subscribe to the channel too. So trap number 3, you filed an LLC, but you don't have an operating agreement. This is the biggest trap of all. An operating agreement is the document that tells the world how your LLC operates, who owns what, who makes what decisions, what happens if there's a dispute, what happens if someone dies or wants out. If you don't have an operating agreement, it's a big problem, because now the state decides those things for you. A judge does. They have to apply the state default rules, and those rules may not be in your best interest. No judge is looking out for your business. You don't even know what those rules say, so you don't want that situation, trust me. And here's the real danger. When you end up in court without an operating agreement, a judge is going to look at your LLC and say, this person didn't take their business seriously. If you don't have an operating agreement, that's evidence of alter ego, and that's a factor that the court can look at to pierce your corporate veil and come after you personally. So even if you're a single member LLC, even if it's just you, you need an operating agreement. No operating agreement equals no protection, and that's trap number 3. Now, trap number 4, you don't really understand your ongoing compliance requirements. File an LLC, like I say, it's not a one-time event. It's an ongoing obligation. Every state has rules. They have formalities. You have to follow these formalities. And if you don't, you could be out of status. You could have your LLC revoked. You could have it administratively dissolved. There's all sorts of issues that can happen if you're not following formalities. And that's one of the biggest factors as well that the court will look at in order to pierce your corporate veil. So know your state's requirements, put them on a calendar, don't miss deadlines, create a compliance system with resolutions, bank statements, everything in it, your entire book, so that if opposing counsel comes digging, they request your records, you just send them a copy of that binder, and you know what? Case is done. They're going to have to dismiss their case, or they're going to look so unreasonable in front of the judge. So that's trap number 4, and that's something you can handle pretty easily. So here's what separates the entrepreneurs who survive a lawsuit from the ones who actually lose everything, and that's trap number 5. And I've alluded to this. That's called the alter ego doctrine. This is how your enemies destroy you. The alter ego doctrine says that if you treat your LLC like an extension of yourself instead of as a separate entity, courts can ignore the LLC, come after you personally, hold you liable for everything. It's your alter ego. And here's what the courts look at. They look at commingling of funds, using the business account for personal expenses. They look for undercapitalization, not putting enough money in the business to operate it properly. They look for ignoring formalities, no operating agreement, no meetings, no resolutions, no records. They look for potential fraud. And once a lawsuit is filed, discovery begins, subpoenas, depositions, document requests. They're going to look at every transaction. And I say this all the time. All I need is a good faith basis to make the allegation that you violated the alter ego doctrine. That's all I need. And then I can go digging around. And I bet you your LLC is a mess. Most business owners have really sloppy books. Trust me, I've seen them. And one lawsuit exposes everything. That's the danger. And that's trap number 5. There is some good news here. Every single one of these traps is avoidable. Understand what your LLC actually does. File in the right state. Get an operating agreement. Stay compliant. Keep your LLC separate from yourself. See a professional that can explain this to you. That's business defense. You don't wait until you're in court. You don't wait until the enemies attack. You build the walls first. I've literally spent 20 years watching entrepreneurs get destroyed by these traps, not because they were bad people and not because they were stupid, because nobody told them the rules. And that's what I'm here to do, is tell you the rules so you can learn from my mistakes and my clients' mistakes and avoid this stuff altogether. Because your LLC is only as strong as how you treat it. The paperwork means nothing if you don't follow the rules behind it. 5 traps, all of them avoidable, none of them forgivable. Once you're in a courtroom, that judge is not going to give you LLC protection if you're not following the rules. Like I said, it's so easy to make the allegations against you. Now you know which ones they are and what to do about them. So if you want to know exactly where your business is exposed right now, and I bet it is, like most entrepreneurs, take the free risk report. The link's in the description. It's literally 5 minutes. You'll see exactly which danger zones pose the biggest threat to your specific business, and you'll actually get a plan to fix them. Fix the blind spots now. And here's a free bonus I created for you. It's called the Alter Ego Checklist. It'll explain to you the law when it comes to LLCs and the alter ego doctrine that's so important for you to understand. And I want you to really understand it, all right? Click the link below, get it. It's free. Download it. When you're ready to get serious about your business, make sure you work with a battle-tested lawyer, someone who's been in the courtroom, someone who's seen how businesses get destroyed from the inside out. Then they can teach you what really works and what doesn't. So I'm Karam Nahas, the battle-tested lawyer. Defense wins championships. And remember, your job is to get legally bulletproof.